Hello everybody, welcome to the next game in the 1969 Inside Pitch National League Pennant Chase replay. Had some technical issues with this video, so I'm making this announcement to put on before the video starts. What happened was I was playing along the game, and about through the fifth inning or so, the phone cut out because an Amber Alert came through. Now, while I'm fully in supporting of finding missing children, it just was kind of an inopportune thing to happen at that time because it kicked my camera off of my phone and turned that off. And of course, when I'm playing the game, the phone's above my head. I can't see that has happened. So I just happened to notice that when I was checking into the game. So what is going to happen here is you're going to see after this little intro, you're going to see the first, I believe it's either 4 or 5 innings, I'm not sure which. And then all of a sudden we're going to jump ahead to the rest of the game because of what happened. But it's such a good game. I didn't want anybody to miss, the end of it. I will catch everybody up on what happened between the fourth or whenever it cut off and where we're at now. But I did want to at least make that announcement so that, when you're watching this, you're like, what in the world's going on? Well, after this little section, it's going to be about a 26 minutes of gameplay, and then it's just going to cut off. But I'm going to attach the second part of the game, the ending of this game, right behind it. So hopefully it'll be all seamless, even though on my end it's going to be 3 separate videos all bunched together. This one plus the other 2 that are going to be behind it. But I did want to try to at least explain what was going on so that we can get this game completed and get everything squared away. All right, so I'm going to stop this portion of the video now so that I can put this in front of the beginning of the game. Then right behind me talking now will be the actual start of the video where I originally was recording the game. Then when that cuts off, then you'll see it pick up sort of like if you remember the old Notre Dame football highlights and Lindsey Nelson used to say, we now move on to further action. That's kind of what's going on here. And I'll kind of mimic that when I start that third portion of the video. Just wanted to let everybody know what's going on, so stay tuned. It's the Cardinals and the Mets. Steve Carlton against Gary Gentry. It was a good one. Hope you enjoy. Hello everybody, welcome to the next game in the September 1969 Pennant Chase National League style, inside pitch style. We are at September the 15th. The previous game, the Cardinals defeated the Cubs in extra innings to help the Mets out. Mets now lead by a game in the NL East. And now the Mets are the one coming to Busch Stadium to take on the Cardinals. And the Cardinals are going to see if they can even up the treat and give the Cubs a treat by beating the Mets. We shall see. Starting pitchers for today's game, Steve Carlton, lefty, is on the mound for the Cardinals. Gary Gentry for the Mets. Let's look at the starting lineups. We got Bud Harrelson at short, Amos Otis in left field, Tommy Agee in center, Don Clendenin at first, Ron Swoboda at right, Ed Charles at third, Jerry Grody catching, Al Weiss at second, and Gary Gentry on the mound. For the Cardinals, pretty much a standard lineup. Brock in left, Flood in center, Pinson in right, Torrey at first, McCarver catching, Shannon at third, Javier at second, Maxville at short, and Carlton on the mound. So Steve Carlton, this is his third appearance in the replay. Just in the 14 games or so I played so far in this 69 replay, this will be his third appearance. He's just in the middle of things. He's had 2 great performances, winning both his games. So if he does like past history, then the Mets may very well be in trouble. But we shall see. That's why you play the game. All right, I think everything looks to be in order as far as being able to see everything. The actual game, the Mets won this actual game 4-3 in real life. All right, take a seat and get going here. Bud Harrelson, switch hitter, will lead things off for the Mets against Steve Carlton. Get a 2-1. That's a strikeout chance. 19 is too high, so Carlton will not get the K. Harrelson gets to swing 5-6. He's going to ground it to short. And there's one away. So Bud Harrelson is retired, and now here's Amos Otis, a young, very young Amos Otis with the Mets before he found more fame with the Royals. He is in left field today. 2-2, strikeout chance, 17. That's only a 15. -1's a 14, so nothing's happening. No strikeout. Otis gets to swing. 1-6. He's going to fly to left. So Carlton has missed 2 strikeouts, but he has gotten the outs associated with it. 2 up and 2 down for Tommy Agee, the center fielder. Carlton 5-2, and that's going to be a strikeout chance again. This time the D20 is kind, and he does get the strikeout. So nothing doing for the Mets here in the top of the first. We go to the bottom of the first. New York nothing. St. Louis coming to bat. And right-hander Gary Gentry on the 69 season. He was 13-12 with a 3.42 ERA. So certainly no slouch whatsoever. He'll be taking on Lou Brock. And interesting thing for the Mets, their left fielder and their, let's see here. No, I'm sorry, I was looking at something different. Never mind. Center fielder is the only one with the 5 range. I was thinking 2 guys had 5 ranges, but Otis only has a 3. Not sure what I was looking at. Never mind. However, the Cardinals do have a couple guys with 4 ranges left in center field. So here's Lou Brock. 2-3 is a blank on Gentry. Brock gets to swing away. 6-6. It's a single. So how about that? Lou Brock is aboard. You know he's going to be looking to run. He is attempt of 8. And it's a 6, so he will be looking to steal. He's a 16. +2 from Gentry makes it an 18. Grody is a -3, makes it a 15. 1-15, he's in there. And he's in there. Stolen base for Lou Brock. So just like that, the Cardinals have a man on second. Now Brock could try to steal third. You drop the attempts in half, makes him a 4. So let's see if he gets a 4 or less. He does not. It's a 19, but we're not going to have Flood bunting. We're going to have Flood swinging away. So Gentry to Flood. 1-1. That is a blank against a right-hander. So Flood gets to swing. 6-5. Against a split chance against a right-hander. It's a fly to center. Out number 1. Can Brock move up to third base? He's a base running rating of 5. When you fly to center, you lose 3. That makes it a 2. The arm of the center fielder, Agee, is a 0. So 1-2, and Brock will go to third and make it. It's a 6. He's out. So Lou Brock is out trying to go to third. That wasn't a very good trickle down the dice tray, but I'm going to have to go with it. So it's a 8-5 double. So it ends up being a double play. How about that? Tommy Agee, even though he had a 0 arm, he got off a good one that time. And Brock is nailed at third base. So there's 2 outs, bases clear now for Veda Pinson. 5-1. Blank chance. Pinson, 2-6, liner to short. That's going to end the inning. And had he stayed at second base, he very well could have gotten doubled off on that liner. So it may not have been as tragic for the Cardinals as I once thought, because he may not have scored anyway. He may have been doubled off second. So you never know. That's why you roll the dice and take your chances. All right, top of the second, Don Clendenin for the Mets against the Cardinals. Steve Carlton. 2-5. We go to the ballpark card, Busch Stadium. 1-5, and that is a rare play. So we're going to rare play with the bases empty. Rare play, bases empty. And we get a 44. 44 says, ball in the dirt gets past the catcher's pads. Repitch. Check for catcher injury. All right, I'm not doing injuries, so I'm not going to be worried about that. McCarver is going to stay in there. He's not going to get injured. We're just going to say it's a pitch in the dirt and he blocked it. And we just pick up where we left off. Try again. Carlton, 2-3. It's a walk chance. 13. Too much. Go to Clendenin. 6-3. That's a star 2. That's a ground ball to short. 1 away. So 1 down for Ron Swoboda, right fielder. 4-4. That's a strikeout chance. 13 will not get him. He's only a 12. Minus the 1 is an 11, so he will not strike out. Swoboda gets a swing on the house, 6-5, but he just grounds it to third. 2 down. So in this ball game, there are some different players starting for the Mets, but Gil Hodges bringing out his right-handed hitters against Carlton. Doesn't want any lefties to face Carlton. There are no lefties in the lineup whatsoever. Everybody's either a switch hitter or a right-hander, which is why Charles and Otis are in the game. They normally do not start, but against the lefty they are. So even back in 1969, obviously, they were concerned with lefty-righty. So here is Ed Charles, third baseman. 1-3 strikeout chance. He's going to get him. And the inning is over. So we go to the bottom of the second. No score here at Busch Stadium. And not to be overloading the Cardinals, but the next game in the Washington Nationals replay will be against the Cardinals. Of course, it's the 2019 version, some 50 years later, but this is the Cardinals. So, but in the 69 game, after this game is over, the Cardinals will not be in the next game. It would be Atlanta and San Francisco, I do believe, is the next game. So we will be free from the Cardinals at that point. Not that you want to be free from them, but in case you think I'm just overloading Cardinals, I'm just going by matchups. So here's Joe Torre. Gentry, 6-4. Possible error on a throw. 4-6. That's a single to third. No error, obviously, because it's the 17th, so that'd be above the error anyway. So there's no throw needed. So therefore would be no throw to begin with because there's no throw to make. So Torre is aboard on a leadoff single. He has no attempt. Will roll strap because he does have a pickoff chance. If we roll a 20, we do not. So here's McCarver. 2-4, blank. We go to McCarver's card. 1-5, ground ball to second. Could be a double play. He's a 2. They were halfway. Makes him a 3. The pivot is the shortstop for the Mets. Harrelson, he's a +1. Makes it a 4. So 1-4, it's a double play. And it is. They turn it 6-4-3. I'm sorry, 4-6-3 as Harrelson with the pivot. Nice pivot. Turn that double play. 2 down very quickly. Base is clear for Mike Shannon. 6-1, that's a blank. We go to Shannon. 4-6, he's going to ground it back to Gentry, and the inning is over. So 2 innings in the books. Nothing's been decided. We go to the third. No score. Carlton back out. Will be facing bottom of the order Jerry Grody, Al Weiss, and Gary Gentry. 2-1 is a strikeout chance. 13 is too much, so Grody gets the swing. 1-3 is going to ground it back to Carlton. 1 away for Al Weiss. 5-4. That's a double question mark against a right-hander. He's a switch hitter batting right. A 1-4 is a star. Automatic out, but that's an 11, so we skip it. Go to Weiss. 2-5, ground ball to short. 2 down, and that's going to send us to Gary Gentry, the pitcher, who hit all of 081 in 1969. Carlton, 2-4, strikeout chance, and that's an obvious strikeout to end the inning. So we go to the bottom of the third, no score here at Busch Stadium. Gentry back out, and he'll be facing the bottom of the order. Julian Javier, Dal Maxfield, and Steve Carlton. 1-5 is a double question mark against a right-hander. 1-17 is an automatic out. That's a 15. So we do have the automatic out. What is the automatic out? It is a ground ball to third. 1 down for Dal Maxfield. 4-3. And that's a split chance against a right-hander. It's a strikeout possibility. He strikes out at an 8. -1 makes him a 7, but that is a 7, so the strikeout is good. 2 down. Brings up Carlton. He's a .213 hitter with a homer, so he's no slouch at the plate. 4-6 strikeout chance, though. He will strike out, and that's going to end the inning. So we go to the fourth. No score, as neither team wants to budge. Both pitchers on their games. We go to the top of the fourth, no score. And Bud Harrelson to lead it off. Carlton 1-2, strikeout chance, 12 is too much. Go to Harrelson, 3-3, and that's a ground ball to third. Mike Shannon is there. Throws over to Torre, 1 away. For AO, Amos Otis. Or Otis my man if you prefer. 4-2, that's a straight up home run check. but he's a 0. No chance of a home run for Otis, so we skip it, go to Otis's card. To finish, 3-4. He's going to fly to left, so hit it well, but not well enough. Lou Brock was there to take it in at the track. 2 down for Tommy Agee. 2-3, and that's a potential walk. Agee walks at a 19, so that's definitely a good one. Agee will draw the 2-out walk. He's an attempt of 3, -1's a 2. And it's a 7, so nothing obviously going on for Don Clendenin. 2-4, strikeout chance. That's a 9. Clendenin definitely goes down on strikes. Inning's over. We go to the bottom of the 4th. I don't want to jinx it and say it's a quickly moving game because then it'll turn to a 15-inning, hour-and-a-half video. I don't want to do that. All right, here's Lou Brock. Whoops, dropped the D20. I seem to drop one of those, either a D6 or a D20. So let's make sure I don't do that. All right, sorry about shaking that, but I had to get myself situated. All right, so bottom of the 4th we go. Lou Brock, top of the order. He single, stole second, but then was caught trying to go to third on a fly out. Trying to tag up. 3-1 is a straight-up home run chance on Gentry. That's a 12, but Lou Brock is only a 10. So Lou Brock misses that, but he will get the swing. 1-4, he flies to left. So he also goes deep to left, but not deep enough. And AO fields it at the track. 1 down. It's Curt Flood. 1-6, that's a wild, which is just basically ball 1. That's a 3-5, and that's a strikeout chance, but 17 is way too high for that. Flood, 1-1. He's going to ground it to short. Harrelson over to Clendenin. 2 quick outs. Brings up Veda Pinson. Line to short his first time. 3-5, and that is a strikeout chance. That's a 2. He's gone. So Gentry matching Carlton pitch for pitch, and we go to the 5th. No score. Here from Busch Stadium. And Ron Swoboda steps to the plate to lead off. He grounded to third his first time. Carlton, 1-6, strikeout chance. 10 will get him. He's a 12, -1's 11, but the 10 fits. 1 down. Here's Ed Charles. He struck out his first time. 4-5, and 4-5 is a walk plus, so that will be a base on balls to Ed Charles. 1 out walk by Charles. He is an attempt of 3, -1's a 2. But nothing's happening. So here's Grody. Infield is halfway. 4-2, and that's a straight-up home run chance. Right off against a right-hander. Grody against the lefty's a 4, but that's a 14, so no home run, but Grody gets the swing. And Grody, a 3-3. He's going to single to center field, and that breaks up the no-hitter here in the 5th. Single to center. Run rating for Ed Charles is a 4. Single to center to get from first to third. You lose 1, makes it a 3. And the center fielder arm, Curt Flood, is a -2, makes him a 1. Is he going to try it? Well, they're desperate, so they'll try it. A 1 on the red die, and he will be safe. 6 on the red die, somebody's out. So now he's got to hold, so he can't get there. He's going to stop at second. First and second with 1 out. No-hitter is no longer intact. Check for a pickoff. Nothing happening. Here's Al Weiss. Still infield halfway. 3-4. That is a hit by pitch chance, but he's a 0. And he's a -3, so no hit by pitch. Go to Weiss. 5-2. Ground ball to third. Could be a double play. He is a 1. Makes him a 2 at halfway. Nothing there. Pivot at second base. Javier adds nothing, but so it's a 2 for a double play. Let's see, the ground ball was to third. So what I got to find out, again, I got to roll a D6 to figure out how it was hit, because when you have runners at first and second and a ground ball goes to third, you need to roll another D6 to figure out where the ball is hit. Is it toward the line? Is it in the hole or wherever? So we roll one D6 and see what we get. We get a 2, which says that's towards the line. If a double play or force, it would go 5-3. So that means his first move is going to be to step on the bag and get the force play, because the hit was toward the line, so that takes him right to the bag, and then he can try to get the double play. But it has to be a 2 or less for him to get that double play. And it is. It's a double play. So nicely turned by Mike Shannon. It goes 5. Let's see, it goes 5 unassisted. 5-3 double play. And that's going to end the inning. So Carlton gets some defensive help from his third baseman. Keeps the score knotted at 0-0. And Joe Torre will lead off to face Gentry. 2-1, and that's a walk plus chance. So Joe Torre draws the leadoff walk. He's aboard. He has no attempt. We'll roll Strat for that one pickoff chance. And there's not a pickoff. So here's McCarver. 1-3, strikeout chance. McCarver is a 4, -1 is a 3, but that's a 2, so McCarver is out on strikes. That will send up Mike Shannon, who made that nice defensive play. Roll strategy roll again. Checking for a 20. We don't get it. Gentry to Shannon, 1-5, double question mark. 1-17 is an automatic out. That's a 16. So we have the automatic out. If it's a 1, 3, or 4, it's a chance for a double play. It is a 6, so it's just a fly to right. Out number 2. Infield can go back to normal depth for Julian Javier's at bat. Nothing on the strategy roll. Gentry, 4-5, strikeout chance. That's a 15, too much. Go to Javier to finish. 5-3. He's going to ground it to Ed Charles, and the inning is over. So 5 innings in the books, and we've got nothing across the board, zip to zip, as both pitchers are dealing in this one. Gary Gentry will lead things off. 5-4, and that's a double question mark. Gentry is a right-hander. 1-4 is an automatic out, but that's a 16. So we go to Gentry. We get a 3-3, and that's a single past third base. So how about that? The pitcher, Gary Gentry, with a single. He obviously has no attempt, but we will check for a possible pickoff because Carlton's got a 1-11 pickoff rating, but can't get the 20. So here's Harrelson. 2-3. Thought about bunting with Harrelson, but decided to go and let him swing away. 2-3 is a walk chance. 20 is too high for that. Harrelson gets to swing. 1-3. Star 6. It's a fly to right. And that's 1 away. Now you're definitely not going to bunt when there's already 1 out. So Amos Otis is just going to swing away. Nothing on the strat. Carlton, 1-1 is a walk chance, and he will not walk him. Otis has got to earn it. 3-2. He grounds to third. Could be a double play. He's a 0, though. It only makes it a 1. So this has to be a 1 for it to be a double play. And it's not. It's a 2. So no double play. And the 2, though, let's see. Gentry is Gentry is only a 2, but you lose 1 on your BR rating on this double play chance. So the 2 will be enough to get the force play. So it's going to be a 5-4 fielder's choice. And Amos Otis is your new runner. He's got an attempt of 1, but he's a -1, so no chance to get the jump, but we will roll for pickoff. And there's no 20, so no pickoff. Carlton to Agee, 4-6, strikeout chance, and he got him. Agee's out of there. Inning's over. So we go to the bottom of the 6th, still no score here at Busch. Carlton can face 31 batters. Gentry can face 27, so they can certainly stay in the game for a while as long as they're effective. Here's Maxfield. Struck out his first time. 3-4. That is a wild, which is just a no pitch. It's a ball 1. 2-4. 2-4 is a blank. We go to Maxfield. 2-2. That's a single past second base. So Dow Maxfield, a leadoff single. And now Carlton is in a good spot to bunt. We'll first check to make sure there's no pickoff, and there is not. And now he's going to bunt, so we'll see if Gentry strikes him out or what happens on this. 4-6, and that is a possible strikeout chance. He's a 21, but it's cut in half when you're bunting. Makes it a 10, actually. But that's a 9, so he's going to strike out trying to bunt. So I call it just a strikeout bunt. So he fouled it off and strike 3. So he is out of there. At least that's how I understand the rules to be played on that. So strikeout is still a good one. And now that brings up Lou Brock, rolling the strategy roll. And if I got it wrong, somebody please tell me. I don't feel offended. I want to get the rules right. So if I did play that incorrectly and I should have done something else or should have factored something else in, please let me know, and I will make a note of that and try to make sure going forward that I get that down. I'm learning little idiosyncrasies all the time in the base running and so forth, so it's always good to learn as much as I can. So here's Lou Brock, Gentry, 1-5, double question mark, 1 to 13 is an automatic out, but that's a 14, so Brock gets the swing on the house. 6-1, he's going to ground to second, could be a double play. He's only a 1 though. The pivot at short, Harrelson is a +1, so there's a chance for a double play with a 1 or a 2. That's a 5, so not going to happen. The lead runner, Maxfield, the lead runner, is a 3, so 5 will beat him, so that'll be a fielder's choice, 4 to 6. The fielder's choice is Harrelson does not make the return throw. He just holds on to it to avoid an error. But Lou Brock's on first now with 2 down, so he's definitely a threat to run. It's a 9. That would be a hit and run, but with 2 outs, we're not doing a hit and run. So he's just going to stay put, and Kurt Flood will step up and see what he can do. That's a 2-3 blank. We go to Flood's card. 5-2, fly to left. That's going to end the inning. Nothing doing there. So through 6 innings, we got nothing. If you like pitching, you're in the right spot. If you liked offense, you clicked on the wrong video. Click on the Nationals 2019 videos if you want offense. Click on the 69 NL replay if you want pitching. All right, here we go. Clendenin to lead things off. 1-5 against a right-hander. That's an automatic out. See what the out is. Ground ball to short. 1 down, and that will send us to Ron Swoboda. Swoboda, 6-4, strikeout chance. That's a 1. He's gone. So 2 down very quickly for Ed Charles. Charles has struck out and walked. 1-2, he's going to strike out again. Ends the inning. We go to the 7th inning stretch. Still nothing to nothing. Pretty good. 24 minutes. We got to the 7th inning stretch already. That's pretty quick. But again, I don't want to jinx it and have this thing take an hour and a half. Okay, here is Veda Pinson. Maybe somebody went in with a walk-off home run or something. I don't know. 6-6. Error on a ground ball possibly. Go to Pinson. 6-6 again. Star 3. Ground ball to second. Second baseman Weiss, his error rating is a 9, but that's a 12. So since the 12 is greater than the 9, Weiss does make the play. If that was 9 or less, it would have been an error. But the 12 was too much for that. Falls out of that range. And here's Joe Torre. Single and a walk. 1 for 1. 3-5 strikeout chance. He's 1 for 1. Oh, he still gets a chance because it's an 8. Same as that, but the stadium takes away 1. Makes it a 7. So he gets a swing on the house thanks to Busch Stadium. 5-2, and he takes advantage of it with a single pass short. So Joe Torre continues his hot hitting. He can't go anywhere, but we'll check for a pickoff, and there's nothing. So here's Tim McCarver. 5-1 blank on Gentry. McCarver, 2-4, fly to right. 2 down. Frog in the old throat there. All right, so 2 down for Mike Shannon. Nothing on Strat. 5-5 is a potential walk. 11 too much. Go to Shannon. 5-5, single to center. So let's see if Joe Torre, who runs at a 2, of course there are 2 outs, that makes him a 3. AG has a 0 arm, so it'd be a 3. The single to center to get to third, you lose 1 and make it a 2. So a 2 or less on this red die, and he will make it 6, and somebody's out. It's a 6, so he's out. Joe Torre's out trying to get to third. Maybe it wasn't a smart move, I don't know, but he took a chance and it just didn't pay off. So Agee, that's the second runner Agee is thrown out at third base. He threw out Lou Brock trying to tag on a fly out, and he throws out Joe Torre trying to stretch that single from first to third base, and it just did not work out. You could say you should have held him, but nothing to nothing. I'm trying to spark something, and it just didn't happen. And the chance, it's a 1 in 6 chance that you're going to hit that, which is not the best odds in the world, but just happened to do it. What do you say? Sometimes those D6s are not kind. All right, so nothing doing there for the Cardinals. Thanks to that base running blunder. We start the 8th. No score. Jerry Grody. 1-2. Strikeout chance. 16 is too much. Go to Grody. 4-6. That's a fly to center. 1 down, and that's going to send us to Al Weiss. 6-3. A range play on Al Weiss's card. 4-2. 4-2 is a star 4, which is a ground ball to second. We're checking the range of the second baseman, Javier. He's a 3. Can Javier get to it? He cannot. It's a base hit for Al Weiss. He sneaks it right by him. Now, here's the quandary with the National League rules or non-DH rules. If there was a DH, Gentry, you wouldn't even think about removing Gentry because he's pitching a shutout. But here, you might be looking for some offense. So how do you play this? You know what? They're going to pinch hit for Gentry. They need offense. So they're going to pinch it, and they got a good bullpen. So they're going to pinch hit for Gentry. And we'll go to the bench, and they will pull out. Who will they pull out is the question. They will pull out Cleon Jones. So Cleon Jones is coming up in a big spot to pinch hit. Cleon Jones. And it looks like either Ron Taylor or Tug McGraw will be coming in for the Mets in the bottom of the 8th. But right now, Cleon Jones is up. Weiss, I don't think he has any attempt. Well, he's got a 2 attempt. -1 from Carlton is a 1. So we'll see if he gets a jump. All right, everybody, I apologize for having that mess up here where it cut off on me because of that Amber Alert. We are now going to pick it up. Believe it or not, we are now getting ready to start the top of the 12th. Still no score. I will show what has happened to date. Through the game, and I think it cut off right around in here in the video. There were several opportunities for both teams to try to score. In fact, in the 11th inning, both teams left the bases loaded, and they made their 3rd out. So for the Mets, they have used Gary Gentry, Tug McGraw, and Ron Taylor. And for the Cardinals, they have used Steve Carlton, Sal Campese, and Mudcat Grant. In fact, Mudcat Grant is still in the game. He will be pitching the top of the 12th. So I've transferred this to the replay score sheet to pick up the rest of the game so that you can see what's going on. This is the adjusted lineup now. We've had Cranepool come in and replace Amos Otis in left field. We've had Wayne Garrett come in and replace Ed Charles at 3rd. And we've had Ken Boswell come in and replace Al Weiss at 2nd. Cardinal lineup has stayed pat. So the Cardinals have all their bench players. Mets are running low on bench players. Both teams might be running a little bit low on pitching. We shall see. But right now, Mudcat Grant is going to be your pitcher. And in the top of the 12th, Jerry Grody is your leadoff man for the Mets. And at the bottom of the 12th, Julian Javier will be the leadoff man for the Cardinals. So that's where we stand right now. We're starting the top of the 12th. No score. And Mudcat Grant is in his 2nd inning of work. So he's going to try to get through this inning because he's set to bat 3rd in the bottom half. But he has faced, let me see how many batters he faced in the top half. Oops, let me get the score sheet over here. In the top half of the 11th, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's faced 7, so he's going to be tired this inning. They're going to try to get him through the inning. He can face one more batter, then he's going to be tired. So we shall see how that plays out. Make sure everything is focused correctly. All right, so Jerry Grody will be up. It'll be Grody, Boswell, and then we need a pinch hitter for Ron Taylor because Ron Taylor was actually the last pitcher. DeLauro has not pitched yet. He will pitch in the bottom half. So we actually do need a pinch hitter for the pitcher. And they've already used Shamsky. Otis started the game. Charles started the game. And Weiss started the game. They are all out. We've used Shamsky. We've used Cleon Jones as pinch hitters. We've also used, let's see, is that it? No, that's it. So those guys are unavailable, but we still have File, Gaspar, Martin, Gosker, and Dyer are all available. So it looks like Rod Gaspar is going to pinch hit for the Mets. for the pitcher, Gary Gentry, who pitched the bottom of the 11th. So Gary Gentry's coming out for a pinch hitter. It'll be Grody, Boswell, and Gaspar. And then if anybody gets on, be back to the top of the order for Bud Harrelson. So Grody the batter against, let's make sure we get another check. Yep, I think we're okay. All right, so top of the 12th, no score. Grody to Grant to Grody, I should say. 3-2. 3-2 is a strikeout chance. 14 is too much. We go to Grody. He gets to swing. 4-6 is a fly to center. And Grody, whoops, we're actually in the 12th inning, aren't we? So I'll put it over here. So Grody flies out. Let's take that off of there. Okay, so now that brings up Boswell. Face Grant. 1-4, it's a blank. We go to Boswell, lefty hitter. 6-2, he's going to single to right field. So 1 out single for Boswell. He's got an attempt of 2, -1 is a 1. But nothing happening. And now we got the pinch hitter, Rod Gaspar. He is pinch hitting. Infield is halfway, 6-4, and he is tired now, Grant is. 6-4 is a wild pitch chance, but it's a pass ball chance on McCarver. And if we look at McCarver's rating, we go back to his rating from his original score sheet. His pass ball rating is a 2. So if this is a 1 or a 2, he will block it. Anything above that, it's a pass ball. It's a pass ball, so Boswell will get second base. Could be big. Roll for the strat again. Chance for a balk. Nothing happening. Grant to Gaspar. 2-2. Hit by the pitch. He's at 6. He's a 0, so nothing happening. Here's Gaspar. 2-2. Fly to left. That's out number 2. 2 down, so Gaspar fails in the pinch. And that will send us to top of the order, Bud Harrelson. Still roll strat for the balk possible. Nothing happening. Grant 1-5. Harrelson is a switch hitter batting left-handed, so the star line is for a right-hander, so it's just a blank. Go to Harrelson, 6-3, star 5, ground ball to short, and the inning's over. We go to the bottom of the 12th. Still no score here at Busch Stadium. And that's going to bring in Jack DeLauro, the new pitcher for the Mets, and that will be all for Mudcat Grant. He is done, because he is set to bat third this inning. So they will need a pinch hitter, and they're going to go to, let's see who they've used so far. They've only used Bill White to this point, so they're going to use Joe Haig as a pinch hitter. Joe Haig will pinch hit, and then they got to figure out who the new pitcher is going to be if it goes to the 13th. Right now, Julian Javier, the leadoff man against DeLauro. 6-4, strikeout chance, 5 will get him. So Javier out on strikes, 1 away. Brings up Dow Maxville. 5-1, and that is a potential walk. And Maxwell will draw the 1-out walk. And he has no attempt rating, so he won't go anywhere. Pinch hitter Joe Haig is on. Haig will pinch hit. Roll for strat for a pickoff. Nothing happening. Infield halfway. DeLauro 3-2. That's a wild pitch chance. That's a 6. It will be a wild pitch. So we had a pass ball at the top of the inning. Wild pitch here in the bottom of the inning. Joe Haig still at the plate, but now the winning run is in scoring position. DeLauro to Haig, 1-3, strikeout chance. He got him. 2 down. And now it's top of the order, and Lou Brock. First base is open, but you got Kurt Flood behind him, so kind of pick your poison here. And let's see what they want to do with that. I think they're going to go ahead and pitch to Lou Brock. Nothing on the strategy roll. DeLauro, 2-3. He's not tired, so that will not be a single. 2-1, ground ball to second, and we're going to the 13th inning. Still no score. We will need a new pitcher for the Cardinals. Let's see who they're going to bring in. We got Cranepool, Agee, and Clendenin due up for the Mets. So let's see who the Cardinals want to go to. Looks like they will go to... And realistically, you shouldn't use Justy because he went 3 innings in the last game. So I think they're going to go to Chuck Taylor, right-hander, Chuck Taylor. So Chuck Taylor is on, the right-hander. Chuck Taylor. So Chuck Taylor is on to face Cranepool, Agee, and Clendenin. 5-2 on Taylor. Strikeout chance. He got him. One away. Cranepool is gone. Brings up Tommy Agee. 1-1. That's a double question mark against a right-hander. 1-2 is an automatic out, but that's an 11. So we go to Agee. 6-4. Single to right field for Agee. Can somebody score? Please, somebody score. It's a 3 for an attempt. That's a 13. Nothing happening. Brings up Clendenin. Infield halfway. 4-4. That is a blank. We go to Clendenin. 5-3. Flies to right. 2 down. And I'm standing up now so I can see the phone. Make sure it's still recording. And I'm all for the Amber Alerts. It just came at an inopportune time, as I said. So here we go. Oh, didn't need a strat roll. My bad, because there's no chance for a balk or pickoff. Swoboda's the batter. 6-6. Strikeout chance, and he got him. We're going to the bottom of the 13th. Still no score. Will somebody please score a run? Just did 14 innings in the last game with the Cubs and Cardinals. I don't want to do 14 again if I can avoid it. All right, the leadoff man will be Curt Flood. It'll be Flood, Pinson, and Torrey. Now, DeLauro can face 11 batters. He's only faced 4, so he's definitely good to go for long relief. And that's what you need right now is long relief. 6-5 is a walk chance. 19's too much. Go to Flood. 6-5. Split chance. DeLauro is a lefty, so that will be a double to center field. I thought DeLauro was a righty at first. He's actually a lefty. That is a double to center field. How about that? Curt Flood with a leadoff double. Leadoff double for Curt Flood. We'll check for a pickoff. And nothing's happening. Vada Pinson, lefty on lefty. DeLauro, 3-2. Chance for a wild pitch. That's a 12. That will be a wild pitch. That will move Flood to third base with nobody out. And now the infield's going to have to come in. There'll be no chance for a pickoff. But the infield is in. 4-4. 4-4 is an automatic star line. Automatic out. See what it is? It's a 3. It's a ground ball to second. Infield is in. Flood runs at a 5. Infield in makes it a 3. But the way this game is going, you got to send him. So 1-3, he will score and the game is over. 4, 5, or 6, and he is out of there. He scores, and that's the ball game. Curt Flood slides in under the tag. It's a fielder's choice for Pinson. He gets the RBI. But it was that wild pitch that put the runner over there. And Flood, Boswell threw it in, but wasn't in time. Even with the infield in, Flood got a good jump, and he scores. And again, I hope I did that correctly. I subtracted 2 from the BR rating. Curt Flood's base running rating is a 5. I reduced it by 2, made it a 3. And he scored with that 3. And the Cardinals win it 1-0. 1-0 over the Mets. And if they keep going, they're going to get back in the pennant race. I'd kind of mark them off because they were so far back. But I tell you what, they keep winning. Anything's liable to happen. All right, so we'll go up to our tote board, and St. Louis wins it 1-0 in 13 innings. That one actually went 14, and this one went 13. So the Cardinals, 2 long games with the Cardinals, that's for sure. I'm ready for a 9-inning game myself, not these 13 and 14-inning games. They're just too much for me right now. So now we'll be going to the ticker to finish out the rest of the schedule. So let's see what we have here for the ticker. Gotta get my cards. All right, so we've got a couple of games to play. I'm really not even going to worry about this Pittsburgh-Philadelphia because that's irrelevant. They've fallen off the wayside now. So there's only really 2 games to look at. Chicago-Montreal and Atlanta-San Fran. Now, if Chicago beats Montreal, they will pull back into a tie with the Mets. And Atlanta needs to win to try to catch up to San Francisco. So that's 2 big games right there. It's only 2, but they're 2 big ones. So let's see what we get. We shuffle, we flip, and we cut. And now we get ready for the Cubs and Montreal. A 3-8, and the Cubs win it. That's a 7. Cubs win 5-2, and both teams are now tied with each other. Cubs were game down coming in, but with the Mets loss and the Cubs win, they are now tied for first place. Atlanta and San Fran. Atlanta needs a 3-7. They don't get it. It's another win for the Giants, and Atlanta keeps falling. They are fading away big time. And there it is. There's your 2 games there. I'll have the complete standings in the next video with the next game, which is going to be Atlanta and San Francisco. That is our next game. Atlanta and San Francisco. I believe it's Ron Reed and Juan Marichal, if I'm not mistaken. So that's going to do it from here. Curt Flood, the MVP of the game, as he doubled, went to third on a wild pitch, and then scored with the infield in because of his 5 speed. Was reduced to a 3, but we rolled a 3, and he was able to beat the tag by Jerry Grody. And he scores the winning run for the Cardinals as they win it 1-0 in 14 innings. Definitely a weird way that all transpired with the phone cutting off on me because of the Amber Alert. I looked up, my phone was all dark. I couldn't figure out what had happened, and then this big Amber Alert sign comes on my phone, so really kind of threw me off. I don't know if anybody else is getting that or not. I'm recording this on Thursday around 5-ish on the East Coast, so I don't know if that's when the Amber Alert was issued or what, but and obviously I think I played 4 or 5 innings at least without even realizing that the phone had cut off. So apologize for that, but I did the best I could to try to piece it together. Fortunately, the game hadn't ended, so you got to see the ending of the game being the extra innings, 13. Met fans not going to be happy, but that's just the way it goes. We're still only that was the September the 15th game, so we still got basically 2 weeks remaining. And the next game will be Atlanta and San Francisco in Candlestick. It will be Ron Reed against Juan Marichal. That will be the game next time around. So hope you enjoyed my piecing this together and hopefully try to make some semblance of order out of this video. And hope you enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play in this hobby, however you choose to play it. And as usual, until next time, I will see you all down the road.